Hello and welcome to yet another stream of Monster Hunter Rise with me, Voltage McEver, and...
Me, there!
I'm glad that we're finally getting it on cue. Today, we're going to be doing our first Rampage, as it's saying in the upper right corner of the screen. So please look forward to that. Do we have any final preparations you need to do before we begin?
Oh, it should be good. Let's get this over with.
You say that with such dread.
I feel it with such dread.
Alright, my traps are not going to help me here. I just made them. They're not going to help me. That's fine. Here we go.
Special quest is coming in.
Urgent quest. The Rampage approaches. Let's see. Yep, defend the gate. Stun monsters. Repel using ballista. Village defender repels a monster. Repel using a cannon. And inflict elemental blights. That's what we get for bonus. But all we have to do is defend the gate.
Infects an elemental, huh?
Yep, inflict elemental blight. Of some kind. Water blight is a thing. You did say you had a water weapon, yeah?
I have a fire weapon as well, it's equipped.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm using a gun, so I'm not really going to be contributing towards that very much at all. I don't think poison...
to do it. But you have to use a gun that specializes in an ammo type.
Yeah, I don't know if the Mizutsune has... Wait a minute. As if you're ready. Perhaps I am the one who is not ready. I have piercing ice ammo. It's not rapid fire. It's not very good.
Ice blight pog?
That's what it sounds like. Double checking one last time to see if there's any other types of bullets I could use. Slicing sounds nice. Well...
Okay, my standard set is not going to be helpful.
I think we're good then. And you remember to eat. One per stream. Yeah, one per stream. I'll watch the cutscene later. I don't know if anybody's actually in chat yet. Fantastic. Well, Bont, the Rampage is nearing Kabura. The villagers will defend the area surrounding a stronghold while you fend off any monsters that make it in. Yo-ho-ho! Good luck!
Stick!
The Rampage is here. But there's nothing to fear.
It was important to me for there to be a sticker in
We
the
have our
okay.
trusty fortress.
It's
And
fantastic.
its defense is top tier.
Time for a tutorial.
At least we get the super
Let's
bird.
get the show on the road.
Actually, no, we don't get the tutorial because we're in the multiplayer hub. Alright, let's see. We are here. They are coming from over there. I'm at the wrong level. Firebugs get me over the... I can't waste time like this. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, if this were a tower defense game, this layout would be bad, because of course it is. So, let's put... Oh, I think you deployed him very early. I feel like the people are cooldowns.
I don't remember how any of this works.
You know what? I barely remember. I remember we used to play with somebody. They're also a streamer now. I think they're, Damie is a robot?
Yes.
Yeah, they were very good at the Siege. They are very good at this game.
I believe in you.
I just wall ran for no reason. I don't think we need more ballistas than we got going on here, but like, I guess it can't hurt to have more.
I think it will do.
Ah, yes, the auto defender ballistas.
Bring it on.
Okay.
Bring on the monsters.
Here we go.
I won't let anything bad happen to the village.
I don't... Okay. Cool. Yep, they definitely hit me off the ballista. I need to remember how to guard. There we go. It would be nice if I remembered how I could reload without just emptying a clip. Yeah, the red ones are going for players, the blue ones are going for the gate. That one's out. Yep, the first gate is down. Let's see.
Get your weapon out! This is it!
For this, our weapons are actually good. I just need to remember to actually, like, shoot the gun. Okay, now I have Pierce ammo. Hey, phones!
Impressive!
We have 30 seconds left to gong. 20 seconds left to gong. We're making good use of the time. I don't think I'm gonna get to this last enemy in time. No. Alright, time to put the weapon away and get back to a ballista. Is this an auto one? No. Here we go again.
I think we found their leader!
The Pteranodon has appeared. Of course, he's going down the left because that's where I can't aim.
Persistent, I'll give him that!
Attack! It's our last chance!
Big chunky guy takes lots of damage from me. Look at all those sixes popping up on screen. Oh, no, no, no. We're not doing very good, actually, but, like... More of these guys. Don't like the flying ones.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't like hearing my villager guys die. But we are defeating a lot of monsters. First horde repelled.
Amazing work!
Oh good, we can upgrade things. We can sell things off and get better stuff. More things coming.
Don't let me down!
Yep, goodbye. Let's go. Let's go for the auto cannon.
You can count on us!
Let's go for the auto vibrant fire. Nope. Get rid of you. Get rid of these terrible ballistas. I would like a cannon for myself on the side.
Retreat and regroup!
Let's get the auto cannon.
This ends here.
Am I doing it right? I'm not sure. I'm just kind of throwing things down and hoping it works. We only have one Dragon Ball. I wonder if that's a reference to something. This person really needs a heal. Yeah, these auto people are doing fine. Oh right, there's a Dragonator right here. We didn't even use it.
Yeah, I noticed that. We should have.
Good luck!
Yeah, it'll be fine, probably. Got one more good spot for an auto. How about one of these? These things are fun. Or is this a manual? This is a manual. Okay. Oh good, it's one of those.
This should be the last one! This place is safe with me!
Well, it looks like it's doing good damage. I did not block a shot. I really did not block a shot. It broke the cannon because I did not defend it well. It's getting repaired. Oh wow, we're really not doing a good job defending that.
Protect that gate with your lives!
I think we're going to lose this one. Alright, well, I got that one.
Fantastic!
I probably should be on a cannon again.
Mm-hmm.
Get off that. Get back up here. Let's see. Machine cannon, that sounds great. Oh yeah, this is more my speed. I should probably fire this out to empty it in order to be able to get to reload. Wow, it reloads real quick too. That, I'm doing real bad with it though. Because of course I am.
This is our last line of defense!
Person poison. I gotta take this guy out. Nope, nope, the poison got me off it.
We can't lose Close this gate!
This has one
Oh,
health
shit.
left, that's fine. Let's hope I just stun that for a little bit. Right, that takes that guy out. Okay. We're doing it. I definitely gotta heal back up before we get to the next wave, though. Dead. I really cannot see. Oh, I did fire off the piercing shot with the cannon. I can fire this off real quick. So that clears those out. Ah, I am real bad with these siege things.
You're like a hunting machine!
Get rid of that for now. Ugh. The second I stop blocking. Darn it! Okay, what we got here? More of that. How you faring?
Okay, probably.
Let's go in the chef.
Yahoo! Just leave it to me! It's here. Let's go!
She's nice and strong.
Hi, Rathian.
Need to load up! Now stay off! I'm not
Pick up your weapons, everyone!
Uh-oh.
We're fine. The counter signal's good.
Yeah, I'm just dying. Okay.
Ready for another?
I'm glad the chef is having a really good time with that machine gun. She's having a lot more fun than I am with this.
That's for sure.
There sure are monster parts on the ground too. I've not been picking them up. Another counter signal? Okay, fine. Ugh. Oh, the materials that drop on the ground are just bombs. They're not even, like, stuff.
They inflict blight.
Pieces!
Ah, I see.
This is bad!
Yes, the gate is not doing great. That's my fault. Ugh. I really need to heal. I'm just not going after the green ones, which is what I probably should be doing. Confounded Pukes. Well, that ammo's out. Yeah, this doesn't seem very good. Let's, first not die to Rathian. Then how about, I think you know what, yeah, let's get a
Do something!
Dragonator here.
What courage!
How's Rathian looking?
Guard that gate!
There's that. Ooh. I know my commentary is not exactly the best right now, but those are stressful to me. Because it's not my health I really need to watch out for. It's that thing's health. I'm
And
not
it's
very...
like really fragile. Like, if something blows through the first barricade, it will immediately blow through the others.
Ultimately, we just did not defend it very well, but, like, I really just don't know what I'm doing with these sieges. It's so different than everything else in the game. Oh, we got a B.
And it doesn't really start giving you more strategic tools until after you start losing, is the other thing.
Oh, we got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, good. It has good rewards.
We definitely got tickets. Yeah, I don't know. Rampage is just... I like tower defense games, but that really isn't my speed, whatever that was. So you successfully fought off a Rampage.
Indeed.
Rampage has only just begun.
Mm-hmm.
More 2-star quests. Okay. Update the street title.
I'm there to take her pills.
Let's
so
see.
we don't die.
More 2-star. Low rank. Update that. Okay. Stream title's updated. No more Rampage for now.
I've been waiting for you.
So you have Minoto. We can now do Rampage quests whenever we want, which is never.
These are the available quests.
Okay, so last time we fought off those things. We need to do 2 more. We could fight Rathian. We kind of did just fight Rathian. Alright, how about this? We both pick one. The options are Rathian, Volvidian, Baroth, Puke, and Bishaten.
I choose Rathian.
Okay.
Master Hojo drew all the monster pictures. Aren't they great?
I'm not
And
really
Shiny
sure which
Red
one
as
I
well,
want.
but
I'm
it's very
thinking
hard.
Bishaten because it's new and we haven't seen it.
Fair enough.
But I also know it's going to be a pain in the rear for you to fight.
Look, most of these monsters right now are going to be a pain in the ass for me.
Okay. Rathian it is. We'll do Bishaten
Good
later.
luck out there.
Mordongo. We get the cutscene once per stream.
Stick.
I had to put the stick inside the dongo.
Understandable. Have a good day. I think it's interesting that, like, the cats make 50 million dongo and you eat 3.
Not sure if you heard, but it's been going around lately that Capcom is ready to start teasing the fact that they have been working on Monster Hunter 6.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
The big thing that I'm hearing everyone say in response to that is, please, bring back the food.
I mean, good. They should say it.
Like, Dongo's nice, but you look at any other Monster Hunter game, and there's food. Big, bounteous,
Like,
glorious food.
Food.
Like,
Food
I don't
that
feel...
makes you want to die inside when you see your hunter eat it because you don't get any.
Actually, do you know how bad the first Monster Hunter games were in regards to food?
No, I don't.
You know how you get a benefit for using fresh ingredients in World?
Uh-huh.
Imagine using not fresh ingredients. Imagine eating your hunter meal, your character clutching at their stomach and falling over in pain and saying, "Good job! Your vitality is reduced for your next hunt."
Oh! That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, don't eat bad food. It's not good for you.
Don't eat bad
Meat
food.
bait.
It's bad.
Meat bait. Used to attract hordes. No, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Take everything else, though.
There's a fish here jumping out of the water.
Why
Hold
are
on.
my arms already glowing?
You must have a passive effect that happens when you're at full health.
I guess so.
The fish is jumping here. I want the fish.
I wish you the very best of luck. I'm going to collect birds.
Okay, fair enough. I could not get the fish. The fish won. I really shouldn't let the fish win, but I did. How about third wire bug? That sounds good. Alright, so we are indeed hunting a Rathian.
Yeah, and I'd prefer to have a significant amount of bird juice before we start.
Fawn says, following the trend, the next game will have even less substantial food. So what, are we just gonna eat candy?
You take that back right now.
Where am I going, actually? Looks like there is an entrance here. Here we go. No, this is where we start the quest. I got turned around somewhere. How am I so bad at navigating this? They give me a map.
Flowers.
They give me a map in the bottom left corner. Coffee and a cigarette. That'll be... I don't know if any modern game would get away with having food be a cigarette. Oh, hey, there's Rathian.
Neat.
Up.
I wish there was an easy way to keep track of how much bird you have. Like, just something on the UI, you know?
I think there is. I think there is. Sorry, I forgot to reload my ammo. Here's the I have ammo it is.
no. I forgot that there's just a pyramid on this map.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're in Japan. Pyramids are in Japan, right?
I mean, pyramidal structure is like just the geometrically best way to stack a bunch of rocks, so they're literally all over the world.
That makes sense.
It's more that it's like really big, and there's no given explanation for it.
I mean, there's special bugs inside, and there's a relic on top of it. A jewel beetle? What? Oh, I found a jewel lily, so I can plant a thing and be able to get up. Good. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That would probably help me right now. I did kind of just fall off a cliff in the middle of fighting Rathian. And Rathian got really confused about it. It's like, good for you, lady. Don't shoot my mind. Walk on my mind. This ammo is actually really bad for this gun. I am also really bad. Nice flip. Oh, hi, Puke. Sorry, we're leaving.
I didn't know we were playing Double Dragon on stream today.
It's always... No, not the poison! Dog! Ride! Go! Leave! Okay. This is the game where we ram dragons into other dragons, because that's how you do good damage. Slicing ammo it is. Let's see how you think about having a tail. Or a face. That's fine too. I'm fine with deleting that as well. Alright, there's gotta be a jewel beetle place for me to get myself back up quickly. How can I get back up? Darn it, darn it, darn it. Of course I find the gap. Of course I find the tiny gap. Okay, here we go. Okay. I do not enjoy these vine bridges.
Well, I've got to fight her not on it.
I'm making a fine display of myself today. We are going to get this tail. Between you and me both, we are going to get this tail.
Yeah, I just have to have an opportunity to, like, spend a couple minutes on it.
I fought Rathian so much in World. I know exactly all the blinkable parts. I know the attack animations and everything. Now I just need to control my character and learn the hitboxes of this game. Because they seem slightly bigger. Alright, do I have antidotes? I do! And it still takes 12 years to do anything with. I think I got you with demon ammo. So your damage is now better. Now we just need her to stay still for 3 seconds. Dog, where are you? Dog? Okay. I'm going the wrong way. Is she down?
Mm-hmm.
That's Puke. Darn it. There's a button that lets you zoom in the map. I do not know what it is. That way. Okay. What are you? Alright, let's try that demon ammo thing again. That's still Puke. That's what I'm after. How can I be so bad at navigation? It's because I didn't draw this map. Okay, I definitely got you that time. Definitely got the thigh. Definitely got the wing. I'll cut the wing, sure, why not? Good, that's a good roar. Glad not be there. Cut ammo right where I need it. I really gotta learn how to use the don't fall down button thing. That's wind pressure. There sure is a skill that stops that, but there's never any room for it, ever.
Nope.
Well, I got a rock. Apparently I didn't have that rock before. We're here again. Yeah, smash or tail against my mines. I feel good for that. One more shots of the tail. Okay, I was slicing ammo. Sticky ammo it is. Sticky ammo goes on the face. I get sticky ammo in the face, it can maybe daze her. That would be delightful right about now. Okay, I knocked her over. Excellent, go for the tail. I broke the head. Okay, that's not what we were trying for, but that's something. This is really bad ammo for this gun. I forgot to restock. Wait a minute, I have a thing for this. Never mind, no I don't. When did that get on fire? You would think that would be a thing I would have noticed. But nope, crafting menus. Sure does like to spin. That's one of Rathian's 3 signature attacks. Walking back and forth a lot. Spinning. And doing that flip. I think I might go back to camp. I think I might go back to camp, if I can remember the button that lets me do that. It can't just be this, can it? You cannot travel while in combat. Oh! Hi, Rathian. When did you get here?
You walked right into her.
That was not my intention. I'm really bad at reading this map. Well, I believe camp is this way. I see all these fish jumping and I really want to just shoot them with a net. But this game doesn't have that. This is not the camp. I did not realize I was out of ammo. I could have swore I restocked the box at the end of the last quest, but I guess I just looked at the box but didn't actually get them. Okay, back in stock.
Tail off.
Oh, fantastic. Now I need to find the tail. Well
I'll
done.
stay by it.
No. I'll find it. Is it on the ground level or is it up?
Down like the river area.
I see. Okay.
You're like right by it right now.
Nope, let's not get my fire. Okay, now I got the real bullets. Yeah, these feel good. These feel good. Not sure. Oh, broke a wing. It looks like both wings are a little bit damaged. That means we broke one of the two. Both wings share a health hitbox, I believe. So there's still the back and there's still the wings. And that's why I like fighting Rathians with piercing ammo. And weapons that can go up. Okay, I'll find the tail. There it is. There it is.
Got me a spike.
Yeah! Spikes! You need 5 million of them if you're gonna be a gun lancer. Or sword and shield user. Because it always turns out, at least going through the base game, things change up at endgame. At endgame, like none of the gear that we have
she went
now.
up again.
Vertical? Okay. Well, there's a wire bug spot right here. And that helps you get up. Do not want to fight on this bridge. I did just kill a lot of small monsters on accident. It just kind of happens. Okay, out of Pierce Ammo 1, that's fine. Not sure if I broke the back. Still gonna aim at the shoulders because that's the spot to aim for this creature. Last time we streamed this, I said something along the lines of them being the size of a bus but having the agility of a house cat. I believe Rathian has the agility of, like, I don't know, a bird? Just like your ordinary songbird. But still being the size of, you know, a bus. Alright,
I
it
think
looks...
you got the back now.
I either got the back or I got the wings again. It's difficult to tell.
Her back scales look different. They have a clear broken section.
Alright, I think she's thoroughly accurate then. All we need to do now is win.
You know, just win.
Finally, you're done beating the monster up. Now it is time for you to just kill them. But she is sure just standing there right now. Let's see, did we break any parts off? No. Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Did you fall?
Yeah. Fine,
It happens.
just
I fell like
map up right
twice
here.
this map already.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad, she said, a little mad.
Just drink the potion. Everything's fine. get yelled in the ear. Everything's fine. She's only a little
Unfortunately,
bit.
we're at the point where, like, my job here is basically done.
Now you get to do damage. Dual Blades does great damage. Like my job is to break the back because I have piercing bullets. It took me a long time to get my job done.
Sharpen.
Let's see if I can go a hunt without dying. More stickies to the head. Actually, I'm just gonna throw the stickies wherever I can. This recoil, though, it will be the death of me. How can I be so bad at reading a monster I've fought filled a million times? Oh, what have I got left? I got a couple shots of Pierce too. Oh, she is limping now. I do have a trap.
Yeah, let's trap Rathian.
Okay, more parts.
We haven't broken much off, so it's worth it.
We broke off everything, didn't we?
No, but we didn't break off parts that you can pick up off the ground.
I see. Yeah.
Like,
Also,
she didn't drop anything.
we didn't get her in the Silkbind state, where we could bash her against a wall. Which requires us to do more Silk attacks. I feel like I did plenty of Silk attacks, but, like, I don't think my Silk attack counts. Or maybe I'm too far away while I'm doing it, because I'm using Pierce ammo.
My silk attack is just bad, so...
Voltage looked into the oven. It's pitch black inside! Oh no! What happened here? The inside of the oven is pitch black because Rathian happened. Just fires a fireball and then boom. Yep, Bishaten is fighting Puke. And, Bishaten...
Good for them. Good
The
for
one
them.
monster bashing the other monster made it so it was able to be Silk bound. So I guess that's how we've been doing it up until now. We've just been getting lucky. Alright, Rathian should be here. And sleeping. Are they? They are over here, surrounded by Jagras. The game gave me 5 million money. What did I do with that money? I bought traps.
Nice.
This is how I hunt monsters. $5 million traps. Oh, hydrate. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Way!
And a cheer. Okay, we broke the head, we got a shell, we broke the wing, we got the wing talon, we broke the back, we got a spike, and you cut off the tail, so we got another spike from the tail. Good stuff. The capture bonus rewards are that. Honestly, I feel like the rewards used to be a lot more. Oh wait, no, I got 2 scales. Alright, that's why.
Okay, let's go look at gear.
I'm not going to forget to get more bullets this time. Oh, I'm out of demon bullets. Which is the thing I used to buff you. Well, they do sell demon bullets. They're expensive, but whatever. Buffing your damage is important. I could buff your armor, but the amount of armor that buffs is not a lot. Hey, so happy they always shop at the guild store. Put together a thank you. Is it more lottery tickets? It's more lottery tickets! Now they get your customers coming back in the store more, they're giving them a thing that gets them something free in your store. Even if the something free isn't something they want.
Welcome.
Big news! Ramp up weapons.
Good luck out there. I got everything you need.
Why not?
This should be interesting.
Set up Rampage skills. I sure do have a lot of weapons. I only have 1 defender ticket? I thought I got like 5.
Take your time and pick your upgrades carefully.
Oh well.
I'll be here if you need me. See you again soon.
I don't feel like doing another right now, that's for sure.
What can I do you for?
Alright, how about that
What can I
armor?
help you with?
Rathian should just look like armor. Yep, that sure is. It sure is plate mail with dragon accents. How are the skills
I like the
on it?
girls' version because it's a giant armored ball gown.
That sounds
And I
great.
think that's awesome.
That sounds fantastic.
Have a good look at everything that's on offer. You've got all the time in the world.
Am I allowed to see what the next tier of the Mizutsune weapon is yet? No! I do know that the Mizutsune weapon goes into the Rathian weapon. What makes the Rathian weapon good? What's the button that lets me look at your ammo?
Sorry, where are the Rathian weapons for dual blade?
Rathian might not have one. Not all monsters give weapons for all things.
Shouldn't rush picking your gear. Take all
Yeah,
the
but
time
she
you need.
used to have dual blade. Okay, if that's fine, I guess.
This gives rapid fire shrapnel ammo. Shrapnel ammo sure is a thing. Honestly, I still don't know what really makes shrapnel ammo different than spread ammo. They both kind of feel like they fulfill the same purpose.
Just tell me what you need.
Ah, there it is, the Rathian gun lance. But I can't build it because I need more Macalite ore. Ah, there you are. There you are, and I have enough materials for you. One day I will make you. I just need to find more Macalite ore.
Until next
Alright, how about PAL gear? Let's see, the Rathian gear for the cat is a ball gown. I'm not surprised. How about for the dog? It's a little bit closer to the male armor, but not quite. It gives it one tiny little dragon wing, because Rathian doesn't fly that much. It's good. But I'm saving my Rathian parts to be able to make that gun lance. One day I'll make that. Not right now. Oh right, the side quest got done. Well, I always gather nonsense. Apparently I've been getting these. I've not been trying. I'm not actively going after bones right now. Large monsters. We will get that one done.
Until next time.
Now then,
Which quest would you like?
one more of these, and then we can do one more thing and then advance it. Alright, here we go. Bishaten.
Oh, hold on. Before we start, I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
I wish
By all means. In that case, I will go outside and touch grass. And also eat.
Hey, you're back!
Here we go.
I know what you like. Yeah, I love that one too. You Here you go. Yay! Yeah!
Oh, what's up?
Hello?
Give you something? Real hard to get the name right. Garb of the Glad Tidings. Put on your coat, brings you good luck. Lots and lots of extra glad tidings into it. Sure.
Again!
I'm glad she made an outfit for my owl. An outfit, if you would.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you're telling me that you can ramp up things too, even though the other guy already did. I guess they wouldn't know that I did that. Well, since Zara's busy... Thanks for always taking buddies with you. Yeah! The Lagny apple. Now then, can I get more free bullets?
You wish to trade?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Yes. Casual bargaining. Buddy bargains at an easygoing, leisurely pace. Number of item obtained increases slightly. You know what? I have tons of those points. Use them. Oh, hi there. Let's see. This is the Switch. Hello and welcome to the stream. So let's see. What is your
There's a
name?
saying in my country that goes,
Seafist
"The more you
Rail
rush, the more you
02.
lose."
Alright,
It's
nice.
important to take your time when necessary.
Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Can you join? Right now, Zara and I are just kind of doing our thing. Like, we're still in low rank too. We're still in low rank too. We don't want someone to like just come in and stomp the thing with high-end master rank gear. Which, like, this game's been out a while. It's been out so long that they've teased that they were going to be releasing Monster Hunter 6. Sorry for not checking the chat a little bit sooner. Oh, you'll use your low rank. I'll see how Zara feels about it. I'll see how Zara feels about when she gets back from the bathroom. I appreciate your interest in joining, though.
With conspicuous timing.
Hi. Someone in the chat wishes to join.
As long as they're a low rank hunter, I don't mind somebody joining for a hunt or two.
Alright.
Obviously, we expect a certain degree of good behavior.
I'm going to temporarily disable the stream thing while I look at the settings for the thing. I might just open it up for the sake of opening it up. That said, I don't think I've ever invited somebody from my chat to come into the game, so, hold on. Give me a moment. Let me hide that there. Alright, I know that takes away all the music and everything. But, like, you know how this is. You know how this is. Lobby settings. Take off the passcode. Okay, never mind. I have to change everything, don't I? Okay, leave lobby. We're doing this now. I have to make a new lobby. This sure is a way that things are done. This sure is a thing. Let's just not put a passcode on it for now. Let's see. We have it set to low rank. Limited playtime. You know, yeah, let's go with that. Alright. That sure is settings. Now I put that back
I will
up.
mention that, like, this is probably not something people should expect us to do regularly, but you know what? Today is a treat. We're gonna.
Yeah. Usually Zare gets home from work. She wants
It's
to
not
play
always
a game.
like. Go ahead.
You want to play a game with a friend. You don't really want to deal with, like, the people of the world. You just want to be able to do something for a bit. And I usually continue a little bit after she's done.
There's also the factor that, like, doing stuff with random people is not always, like, good content. And we do have to think about, like, the viewability of this stuff.
That
But
said,
every
I
once
also
in a
play like
while, it
garbage.
can be.
I also play like hot garbage, though. So, like, yeah.
Okay, people love watching streamers suck.
To an extent.
To an extent. To an extent. It can become obnoxious.
Alright, I do have it back up. Are you able to find me through anything? Or am I invisible again? Come to think of it, how are you supposed to find a lobby in this game? I don't think I've ever actively gone out and sought out, like, random player lobbies in this game. How does that work?
You know what? We'll just take a look at it.
Yeah, let me know, because I do have the lobby up. It has no passcode on it. You know what? There's no code on it right now. There's no code on it right now, so let's see. Yeah, there we go. I have a lobby ID. I'll put that in chat real quick. Yeah, usually I just use my Switch friends list and invite in, like, Jade, or Zare, or Rack, or Davey. Like, someone, like, just some people I know. Somebody I'm actively on voice chat with. This current lobby ID is FLG15B. I think I got everything in there, right? There's there. Did you have to look for it by code, or was there like a lobby
No, I
browser?
can still join through the friends list.
I see.
The code is for, like, just, you know, ramping random people, just grabbing lots of people.
Alright.
Or for somebody who you don't necessarily want to have on your friends list for whatever reason.
I've got it.
Yeah, that would be the passcode system. Thing is, that doesn't really work if I'm the one making the passcode, because, like, then anybody who's watching a stream is just able to join, which, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's good if that's the thing that we're doing. But the password
But to
we
do
were
that, we'd also have to have people, like, dropping in and out.
that would be great if I was the type of streamer who had a Discord server. If I had, like,
Yeah.
a community. If I had, like, a team. No, I just stream as a hobby.
Goals, I guess?
Huh?
Maybe we could upgrade that to dreams.
Honestly, I don't think I... Okay, I'm not at a capacity to be able to pay someone to be a moderator for my chat. Much less be a moderator for my Discord. Which means that I would have to moderate the Discord on my own.
And speaking from experience, that's not super fun. Like, it can be engaging. Particularly if it's the kind of server that you're, like, into. But it is actual effort.
I ate. I forgot that. Like, as is, I have the energy to be able to, like, do YouTube videos. I have the energy to do, like, 2 or 3 streams a week. Very long streams, admittedly.
You do like, marathon sessions.
But I'm not really worried about, like, would I be more successful if I streamed every day for 2 hours? I'm not really thinking about, like, I need to upload a video to YouTube every single day in order to retain viewership. YouTube says I should be. But, you know what? That turns it into a job. I have a job. I don't know if I want this to be my job.
Absolute mood.
This is fun. This is fun. If I turn it into a job, will it still be fun? I don't know.
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? Like, there's all kinds of people who talk about how, like, letting it be their job is, like, their dream come true. But for every single one of those people, there's, like, actual hundreds of people who just didn't make it, couldn't cut it, found that the lifestyle wasn't right for them, got unlucky.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who only get, like, you know...
It's a zero-sum game.
There's a lot of people who get, like, 1 viewer. And they only have that 1 viewer for, like, 2 years. And then they decide, like, is it worth continuing with just the 1 viewer? I'm lucky I have, on average, like, 5. That's fine and plenty for me. I'm happy with 5. 5 is great. You 5 are wonderful. I know who, like, 2 of you are. Thank you. I do appreciate
Doesn't
lurkers.
mean you should not get your friends and make them watch this stream with violence.
Out, Sarah, don't have people actually threaten silence. Love and peace. As we were about
is
to.
illegal. Do not employ violence, threats, blackmail, or other forms of force to make somebody do something without their consent.
Yeah, legal disclaimer. No, it is a joke. Alright.
There's
Alright.
a degree to which, like, what kind of world do we live in when you have to have me stop and say that?
Yeah. Everything's so legalized these days. For better and
Well,
worse.
it's not even just that, but there is the risk that someone out there might take me saying that perfectly seriously. I'm like, please don't. I say chaotic things for, like, the bit. I don't want anyone to get hurt.
Because violence totally isn't in the Bible, says Fawns.
It really is, though?
Alright. How's it going there, Swissrail? I'm guessing the Switch is having update issues. Or did it not let you join the lobby? Actually, it says that Zera's disconnecting. Is it because you haven't moved in a while? Ah, yep.
No, it's because I checked my battery level.
I see.
We're doing fine, for the record.
Speaking of doing fine, actually, I've just remembered that my Switch likes to overheat when it's in the dock. One moment. Kick the fan up to 11. Okay. Yeah, I have to get additional cooling in my room when the Switch is in the dock. I don't know, I just have a well-insulated room, I guess. Alright. Should we do one more? Should we do one more with, I don't know what the requirement... It's probably gonna be Mizutsune. Well, we have it open. We have it open. I should probably have it open more in the future. For now, we got this. You wait. I wish the gestures in this game were a little bit better.
Alright, for practical reasons, at this point in time, we probably need to kick off another hunt.
Yeah. Just for now. Like, there'll always be more hunts.
It won't be our last hunt of the night, though.
There'll always be more
So
hunts.
if anybody is able to use that code and join the lobby, like, don't be afraid to just chill out or do something small in the meantime. We will be continuing to put quests up publicly inside this lobby for a little bit.
Yeah. Usually I just run it private, though. But since you asked, it's open. I have hit ready. Went off this ride. Coming home from work. Palicos, we love them. Here, what do they give us for free? Since it's just the two of us, I will take stuff. Oh good, more easy bait. Oh good, antidotes. Antidotes are useful. Let's see, it's gotta be... I've seen Bishaten once.
Yeah, I saw it around here.
It definitely slammed Puki into a wall.
Oh, hi, Ludroth. Please ignore me.
That's a Zuchi. You know what, yes, I would like a third wire book for a bit, thank you. Where is the monsters?
Found
Yeah,
it.
you're right at it. Okay. I've actually not explored the entire southeast corner of the region. That's where the great big giant pyramid is, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Could have swore that was a vined wall.
Oh, somebody joined the lobby.
Hey,
Nice.
hey! Soldering DJ. It's a pretty good name. You might even be able to join the quest while it's in action.
You know what?
sure did, accidentally.
If I can stop dying.
Okay. Now then, let's buff up. Oh, you're fast. Did I knock it over?
How to put up an SOS flare.
I'll just get like everybody.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, that's the mood you're in.
Listen, if we're putting a code in chat, the people who know what to look for. And we'll get some mysterious random fourth. It'll be a good time for all, probably.
There'll be anybody who's playing this game at this time of night. Yeah, even in Monster Hunter
Won't
World.
get another Bowgunner and Double Blader again.
Yeah, that was wild.
That must have been a fluke.
Okay, first I cure the health. Then I cure the
Owie.
poison.
Really, I usually. Oh, jeez.
Did sit on
The
you.
opposite of that.
Let's not be there. I love the way it just like... I love that weird spin it does. This is a funny monkey. Like, this thing attacking is just... so different than so many of the other monsters that are available in, like, in Monster Hunter in general.
It's unique
It's just
design.
very, very unique monster.
Strange tornado monkey.
Because Rise wanted weird yokai monsters. And it flew away. Alright, that's fine.
Okay, grab these bones.
Keep not jumping off correctly. That's fine. Did it just fire a flashbang?
Yeah.
Did you need me to shoot you?
No, it screamed and it woke me up.
Okay, good.
Great sword, huh? Oh no, dual blade. Sword and shield. Okay, that's some interesting icon things that's happening on my Switch, but not worrying about it. Sword and shield, respectable. I like sword and shield.
Jade loves Sword and Shield. Though lately she's picked up Insect Blade and has fallen in love with that too. Ultimately, her favorite thing is she just wants to mount the monster. Which isn't... I don't think that's really a thing in this game. Instead, you mount the monster with Sword Blade binds. It wants to slam me. I don't want it to. Let's not be there. It looks like you can topple over it. And yeah! Now there's stuff to pick up everywhere. You can pick up all this temporary fruit if you really need extra healing items.
Right, tail broken. I don't know if the tail can come off.
I feel like it's too essential to this character's animations.
Probably.
Yep, that sure is an animation for a fanged beast. Like, honestly, I really appreciate what this game does have. A little bit of enemy variety. Like, it's nice when you get, like, lots of root wyverns and fanged wyverns and flying wyverns, but, like, we need more birds. We need more fanged beasts. We need more Piscine.
My queendom for more monsters like Kieran.
Kieran's unique. Kieran's an elder dragon.
Nonetheless, you ever just want to, like, throw down with a horse? What if that horse was on lightning? That's metal as hell.
I think there's also, Kieran Black, which is, like, poison? I definitely did not pull out my weapon while I landed next to the creature. Why can't I build like your sailor? That's not what I wanted to do. Well, that's where my map is. So now I know how to open the map. I could have swore I added the radio menu to be able to, like, craft, though. Fawn's just asked a question about vampires in chat.
I will be sure to try to look at that when I'm not dying.
Do vampires suck through hollow fangs, or do they drink normally and do the fangs are for creating a wound?
Common consensus would be the latter. But if you want to believe that vampire fangs are, in fact, like, twin proboscis, yeah, I guess that's you're right.
They just
I see
ride the
our
monster
random
all the way.
person just stole the monster.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Oh, I see. We're fighting Ludroth.
It did drop monster parts. So that's fun. Where'd Bishaten go? Over there. Honestly, I'm running out of bullets. I'm just hitting it with the gun. I got a lost stagger on it. Okay. Okay. Fawn says, well, I'm 0 for 4 currently.
Listen, all I said was the common consensus. I didn't state an opinion. That might be
Alright.
because I'm more of a werewolf bull, and maybe all vampires can die. But either way, I didn't state an opinion.
It does seem like my most ammo efficient thing is just buffing other people with demon ammo. As for how I feel about horrific beings, quote unquote. Oh no, I'm a big fan of ghosts. Ghosts are heckin' spooky, man. Like, there's not a lot you can do about them.
You know, unless you have arrows that you keep track of specifically for asshole ghost wizards.
Yeah. Or a really good vacuum cleaner.
That's the good shit.
Urgent quest. Confront Magnamalo, Wyvern of Malice. In the Rampage.
Don't let me down.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well done. Wow. Wow, your gear. Wow, you're really high level with this. Sure.
I have a special quest for you. These are the available.
I'm not really sure if our gear is good enough to handle one of these. But you know what? The game says we should. I really definitely need to build.
Magnamalo.
That's what the game wants us to fight.
It's a, primarily a fire monster, right?
Let's see, I need to buy more Pierce 2. Here's where I can craft some. Alright, that's that.
Oh, it does special fancy fire.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's weak to thunder and water, though.
Ah, okay, I don't have latchberries on me. That's my problem. You do have a water weapon, yeah?
Yeah, I've got my water knives.
Where's my berries to make slice ammo?
I
did have a
remember
bunch
this
of-
being the first fight in this game I had to, like, take seriously.
Same, actually. Okay. Gotta eat the meal. Don't need a cutscene the second time in the stream. Alright. Slaughter is already ready.
What can I do you for? Just tell me what you need.
Yeah, my gear is real bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get some armor. You know what? I might decide I want the Bishaten set. It's kind of cute. It's kind of fun.
How is it for me? It's...
Powerful equipment is important.
There's a lot to it.
But you want to look good in battle too, right? Sometimes it's hard.
There's
to
lots of
see.
dingle-dangs. Not right
See you
now.
again soon.
Alright.
That means I'm gonna have to kill it like 7,000 times.
We'll do that when we get to high rank. Oh. Ah, DG left. That's fine. If that's all the time you had, that's all the time you had. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us with the hunt.
Glad to have a guest along. That was nice.
It's a little bit different. But you know what? It can only be a benefit.
That's not strictly true.
You know, I was helping somebody out with an SOS flare on Monster Hunter World recently. They just, like... It didn't matter how many times I knocked the dragon down. It didn't matter how many times I, like, stunned or slept or trapped or did whatever to, like, crowd control the monster. That other player did find a way to die 3 times. There was no helping them. There was no helping them. Maybe they had a really bad connection that day. Maybe they're just like, really had no idea what to do against that monster. Maybe their gear was really bad. Who knows? How many times are we gonna say blood in this one?
Trial by fire. Torrents most dire. The dead beckon atop their pyre.
Wow! He didn't say blood a single time!
It's a new record.
One that cannot be beat. Oh good, deodorant!
Oh right, the free shit.
Deodorant, an item that cures stench, hellfire blight, and blast blight when thrown down. Ah yes, hellfire blight. Oh boy, I can't wait to die 5 million times against Mega Marshmallow. Alright, what we got here? I think the camp in this area is like really easy to get to. Is it just up
It's a shame
this?
the camps are a little obnoxious to actually unblock in this game.
Oh, they're not really any different than how they are in World. Come on, ascend. Okay. See, I think one camp is just around over here. Usually you find a camp, they say you need to get something in order to be able to set up the camp. Hey, there's that block of light. They tell you what you need to be able to set up the camp. You go like, okay, I need to do an extra hunt to be able to get that item. And then 7 hunts later, you're like, gosh darn it, please. Please, for the love of all things that are good. Please, just drop 1 aqua sac. Please. I definitely think I missed the camp by now. Yeah, you know what? This lets you cross the lava river. Let's set this up. Will this take me to the camp? Okay, so that took me from one end of the lava river to the other, and I can set this up so it's a bridge. Now it goes both ways. Not even looking for Mega Marshmallow yet. Trying to find camps.
Yep, it's a new map. We gotta explore.
Maybe the camp is on the other side of this broken bridge. Shit. No. Okay. Okay. Hey, suitable location for camp. Alright, now I can look for Mega Marshmallow, now that I found 1 camp. I'm certain that there is a 3rd camp on this map.
I have to figure out how to get where you are.
I am on top of the mountain. Honestly, I don't think it was that hard. I did jump at a broken bridge. It turns out there was a ledge right underneath of it.
Oh, jeez.
More honey is useful. Okay.
I keep falling down further.
I just accidentally used deodorant. What a thing to accidentally use. I don't think I would have ever said that sentence. If not for video games. I need these bugs. That's the bad kind of bug. I need this kind of bug. There's that. Big wasp. Where is... the creature? Are they gonna try and teach me about cold drinks? That might not be a thing in this game. They didn't make us use hot drinks in the snow. Ooh, the thunder outside is real loud. Well, there's your warning, stream. If I suddenly lose connection... I lost power.
Nope, knock on wood.
Funnily enough, that would not end our play sessions there. It just means I would have to undock my Switch.
I mean, internet, though.
Yeah. You know what? Good point. Good point. I would lose my router. I didn't think about that.
You do need the internet, my guy.
I can exist without the internet. I say without unable to exist without the internet.
For streaming, it is non-negotiable.
I think that's a Rathian.
There's Ludroth and Rathian on this map.
Okay, there's only one question mark left. That has to be the Mega Marshmallow. Most Monster Hunter monsters are actually food. Look, we have lasagna, we have Mega Marshmallow, we have Tootsie Roll.
Well, my man, I don't think you're thinking about a true proper hunter. All monsters are food.
But why are bugs our friends? They would also probably get stuck in your teeth really badly.
Yeah, it's really not worth it.
Mega Marshmallow move. Okay, that's Mega Marshmallow.
There he is. Hi there.
Okay, so if I hit the tail, then we don't have to worry about the blight that much. The thing is, he moves a lot. Let's not get hit by the great big giant lance tail. I cast fireballs everywhere because why not?
This isn't good.
Oh, that's real bad. Fortunately, curing it's actually really easy. Yeah, Mega Marshmallow hits really hard, and her gear is not very good. This is a lot of Hunter's first wall.
Yeah, this is about what I remember.
Need a drink again. My armor is just really bad.
Is this yellow person that's joined us a switch axe or charge blade?
Doesn't matter.
Not hammer. No, I'm just curious.
Someone healed me using wide range. Good for you.
Oh.
You can cut off the tail, but it doesn't do what you think it does. Okay, the Hellfire's turned off for now. Okay, never mind. The Hellfire's just on the arms now. I can turn the Hellfire off the arms. That's no problem. Arms are a nice big target to aim at. That's on the ground. It's mountable.
Hello, Rathian.
I did that really badly.
Not to worry.
No, I rashed into Rathian on accident. Actually, while I'm here, I don't have any slicing ammo with me. That's fine.
And it takes off just a little tippy tip. And Rathian's fucking off.
Actually, it looks like... Okay, so this is the Magnamalo tail section that we got. It's just a tiny, tiny little spike.
Just the tip.
That way Magnum Marshmallow can still do all of its attacks and animations and stuff like that, but we still get the satisfaction of having cut, quote-unquote, the tail. Goodness sake, that sure was a fiesta of items. An actual smorgasbord. Where am I going? I went the wrong way! As ever, I have no directional control in this game.
Don't worry. Oh, that is a charge blade. Wherever you are, respect.
It's one of those weapons
I
that
love
just
the aesthetic
can't
of
play.
charge blade.
It is really
It is
neat.
too much for me.
It's so much. We are absolutely leaning on this person to defeat this quest for us, though.
Oh. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that was fast.
I think the other person carried us. Yeah, look at their gear. They have wings on their back. Yeah, they are using extremely high rank gear. They carried us through that quest. I feel a little bit bad for that. Oh well. Oh well.
I guess they treated our call for help, literally.
Thank you for the fanfare funds. I don't know,
There
like,
was shit on the ground and now it's gone.
when you fire out the SOS flare, everyone can see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have seen some SOS flares on my character, and I was like, oh, I remember Anjanath. I remember I remember having a real bad time with Anjanath. You know what? How about I just go knock Anjanath down? Got the blade. Got the horn. Hydrate and stretch. Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Put the controller down. Ah, shoot. Crick. Neck. Actually, you know what? When I stopped streaming earlier today, I started to get that pain in my arm again. You know, the latent nerve damage.
Mm-hmm.
Zero knows about it. Like, maybe people in chat don't like so much. Yeah, that, in the time between when I stopped streaming and when I started doing this stream now, because there was an unplanned stream earlier today, yeah, it was just a lot of pain. It was just a
You
lot
gotta
of pain.
take care of yourself, buddy.
Yeah, it's difficult. If I do too much, the nerve damage is worsened. But if I don't do anything, then I deteriorate further. It's a
balance
fine
to be
line.
kept.
It's a fine line. I'm allowed to do a certain amount of work with my arm, and that's it. Like, it's not hurt enough where I can be, like, claim disability or anything like that, but it is hurt enough that I can't, like, I don't know, bench press 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Physical
Not that that's a
limitations.
realistic benchmark anybody should be holding themselves to. That's like a whole person.
Yes. I would like to be able to lift up a person and carry them.
Lifting and carrying is not the same thing as bench pressing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I am exceptionally weak, and I can lift and carry a 120-pound person.
I don't know, I feel pretty strong. And I have difficulty picking up a, maybe, I don't know, 60-pound dog. Dogs also tend to not want to be picked up like that, especially if they're that big. I don't know, the dog says it's 60 pounds, but then you try to pick it up and suddenly it feels like it's 500. Anyway, that's my stretch. Yeah. Oh, what's your bench? Not quite one plate. Oh! How much is one plate? Like 5 pounds? It's been a long
I
time
think
since
that was a joke and also meant to be literally one plate.
Drive to Magnamalo. Congratulations. You can now do 3-star quests here. 3-star quests available. Okay.
Welcome to the hub. Yes.
Let's see. Hunt. Is Bump back yet? Is Bump back yet? Anyway,
I've been waiting for you.
sure did get a quest done. We sure will continue to kill large monsters. That sure happens.
Here's the
Alright, what we got? Oh, hey, it's Mizutsune!
Oh, that
Wait, no.
was.
Wait, never
Bolt
mind.
Was right. Bolt was right.
That's
Big
something
plate,
like that.
45 pounds each. 2 plates plus bars.
I see. Big plate, 45 pounds each, 2 plates with bars. Not quite 45 pounds. Yeah, I think I could... Yeah, I was capable of doing that. I was capable of doing that when I was going to a
Having trouble
gym.
choosing? You know, I sometimes have trouble deciding what to make for dinner too. So what I usually do is I go out of my way to make
Ah,
the
there's
most difficult
Mizutsune.
dish I can.
We like Mizutsune. I'm not sure if our gear is good enough to fight Mizutsune. You know what, we're doing it anyway.
Oh.
Spirits protect
Everybody
you.
loves Mizutsune.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, the Magna set can be crafted straight up, and it's the first weapon I can get with blue sharpness. So I'm making that. Also, it's Blast, which is just... everything is weak to Blast.
I don't think it's necessarily that everything's weak to Blast. Blast, if I remember right in World, Blast was actually only very effective against very few monsters. What made Blast good was good for breaking parts.
What can I do you for?
So it felt like you did a lot of damage, but it was actually only doing like part damage.
Okay, part damage is still like
What can I
super
help you with?
important.
Yes.
Also, Blast can trigger like a stagger, which is good on everything.
I can make nothing of that set.
I probably won't be able to make any Magna armor now.
It's alright, the armor set bonuses, like, stats are just okay at best.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for something new? Or
Can I make the next Tsuchi weapon? No, I cannot see the next tier yet, but I know it exists.
Until next time.
I didn't eat, and Zera's not on the quest yet.
Sorry, I had to go look at weapons and armor.
One day I'll look at the dongo again and make a better dongo. This is the dongo I have for now. Apparently there's a hunter out there who dual wields dongo skewers as weapons. Funny dongo can now be used as dual blades. No! Joke weapons are fun though. I'm sorry, Winter. I'm sorry, we're waiting. So are you able to join quest when we have started it? Is there a way to type into... Hold on.
Okay.
Is there a way... Can you just... Oh, it's a Nintendo Switch game, so they won't let you just type into the thing, will they?
Yeah, no, of course not. Good luck today.
Mizutsune, our gear is bad. We are probably gonna die really badly. You know, for next stream we need a plan. We need to, like, look at gear. And like determine what we actually want to have, so we are not going around in like this very basic, terrible gear. Ooh, cleanser! That's fun. I'm just gonna follow this person, because they probably know exactly where they're going. Could be this one. No, that's Somnicanth. That's sleep water. Somnicanth is also a good monster, but no, we're here for Mizutsune, which is this one.
Pretty, pretty girl.
Bubbles everywhere! You can cut the tail.
I messed up that jump.
Great big massive tail, which just...
Wait.
Let's not get hit by the bolt of light. Oh, the pressure washed. Paralysis doing work. Oh, I'm on it. Let's see here.
I guess I'll
What?
just go ahead and shove it.
And right. Or something? A couple of binds left. Ah. If I was faster at reacting, I could just put my weapon away and Superman dive out of that.
It'd be the perfect time to cut the tail if I wasn't dying.
If nothing else, I'm glad my piercing ammo is deleting a lot of the bubbles. Where'd she go? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess I'm just supposed to just stay closer. Alright. Alright, dog, where are you? Something tells me it's not weak to piercing ice. Carefully, Bolt. Sticky ammo is not plentiful. Yep, that got me. That got me. But now my minds are getting hurt. Yeah, winter is absolutely carrying us. Which,
Rip,
like,
no
you know
tail
what?
For me.
Huh?
Rip, no tail for me.
Yeah. If I remember the Mizutsune armor correctly, it has a set bonus which only works with Mizutsune. That might be high rank only, though.
3 bubble foam.
3
Incredible.
bubble foam. Well, that's more bubble foam than I got. Good dog is best dog. I did put on the lobby below rank. It's the pretty girl. You're right, it is the pretty girl. And we absolutely got carried. I think this is why in Monster Hunter World I said no, I don't want to get outside help. Because I don't really feel like I'm winning.
See? That's how I feel about it.
I appreciate the help, but I don't feel like I'm earning these victories.
Welcome. So, what can I help you with?
Yeah, I can make the Mizutsune belt, which gives free meal. Good for it. Ah, yes. Bubbly Dance. Bubbly Dance, that is a set bonus. Reduces Bubble Blight and grants increased evasion when afflicted. So, reduces major Bubble Blight to minor Bubble Blight, increases evasiveness while afflicted. Inflicts Bubble Blight on yourself when performing consecutive evasive maneuvers. So you blight yourself so you can dodge better and slide around the area. That's what the set bonus does here. Or the skill, rather. Which, like, that's something. I built something, but I don't... whatever. Alright, How are you feeling, Sarah? What time is it?
Unfortunately, we're coming up on my required bedtime so that I can have a good schedule.
Ah, if you stepped outside, you saw the shopkeeper now has a melding pot. I do think it's time that I leave the lobby.
So, unfortunately, this has to be where we stop for now.
Yeah. We're gonna say you might want to run to get rid of the high rankers. No, I mean, I appreciate that they wanted to help us out. But I did put in the proper things. Hello, low rank quests, Limited playtime.
And we're not going to be opening the lobby up to multiple people all the time.
Which is why
we did today, and it
Yeah.
was fine.
I
It's
do
not
appreciate
like
the
we're
help.
not going to have to kill Mizutsune several times because we want her shit.
Well, you want her stuff. I looked at that
It's
set bonus.
pretty.
It is pretty, but we don't have access to layered armor yet. When we get access to layered armor, maybe I'll consider like hunting her a couple of extra times. But like, the stats on the gear,
True.
the stats on the gear, not that great. I don't know. I'm a little bit practical. I want to have gear that has stuff on it that like is useful. I know there's some hunters who are like fashion hunter and they go in like full sets of whatever the game has is like whatever. But like, if you go in with a set of like one monster's gear, it's usually it's not so good. It could be an interesting way to play the game, but like at that point, like you're basically, you know, the arena quests. Did you ever help me out with arena quests? I don't think I've shown any on stream. Arena quests are like specifically tailor-made for 2 people, but you have to use these 5 weapons with these very specific tailor-made loadouts for this fight. You can't eat to prep for them. You can't like change your item loadout to prep for them. You can't change your gear or decorations or anything like that. You go in with whatever that preset is. And 9 times out of 10, it's pretty bad. 9 times out of 10, it's like, this is just a bad weapon. Why did they give me this? But you do it because the rewards are unique. And it's also something different to do in the game. Anyway, you gotta rest. You gotta rest. And you know what? Normally I do a little bit after, like, post-stream stuff, like single-player stuff. I do want to unlock the sub, but I'm getting tired too, actually. I think I woke up too early and just started playing Final Fantasy XIV today. Sorry, I just kind of ranted there. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you good?
No. I think I ramble more when I get tired.
Alright then. Well, that's gonna be it for the stream tonight. Thank you to everybody who joined. Thank you to anybody who joined the lobby and played with us. We had a great time. We hope you all had fun too.
Yeah, thanks for helping us not die horribly to Mega Marshmallow.
Next time, we'll be getting into more of the 3-star hunts. And probably have to do another Rampage soon.
Yeah, yeah, next stream we'll probably, like, actually go for monsters that'll give us gear that we want. We'll have to look at the gear that they have and, like, see what skills we need. We're definitely at that point now.
Yeah, we have to start actually taking the game seriously. So, we'll figure that out for next time. Maybe Bolt and I will do some gear grinding on the side. Maybe not. And we'll see you all on the next one.
Yeah. Is there anybody live that I can raid? No. Of course there's not. Of course there's not. Well, that's the end of the line then. Thanks for joining. Good night.
Good night, everyone.